Good morning, students. In the last class, we discussed about Planck's quantum theory and we solved the numericals related to Planck's quantum theory. I hope you understand all the topics, the numericals, whatever we discussed related to Planck's quantum theory. So, now coming to the applications of Planck's quantum theory. Okay, there are mainly two applications. So in this class, we are going to discuss about the applications of the Planck's quantum theory. Now coming to the first application, that is black body radiation. Black body radiation. So before discussion about what is black body and what are those black body radiation, first let us discuss about a simple example what generally most of us may experience. Generally when we heat any iron rod, what happens? We know it slowly, when it generally we say red hot condition. Means when we heat that iron, any iron rod to very high temperature, generally it appears in a red color. Okay, and even during the welding you can observe this one. So when the iron rod is heated to very high temperature, it will be turns to, it appears in red color. Even when that same rod is heated again, okay, that when it is in the red hot condition, still if we heat to even high temperature, then slowly its color changes to yellow. Okay, so first that when the iron rod is heated, it appears in red color. Even when it is heated, it appears in yellow color. Correct or not? Okay, when iron rod is heated, it appears in red condition, and even when it is heated to even very high temperature, it appears in yellow color. Even if it even more temperature when we heat, it will be finally changes to white color also. Okay, so about all these secondary, first observe here red color. In the last class we discussed about VIBGYOR. Okay, the different colors of white light we discussed. VIBGYOR. So the last color is red color, and the specialty of red color what we discussed, the red color is having the highest wavelength. Wavelength is highest means what about the energy? It is having lower energy. Correct or not? Red colored radiation is having low energy. So from this, if you heat it more, so energy of those radiation also increases. When energy increases, after this, somewhat higher energy is what you may have idea about, remembered about VIBGYOR. This is VIBGYOR. So this is our lowest energy radiation. So that is why when iron rod is heated to some high temperature, it appears in red color. So when you heat it to even high temperature, so it absorbs even higher energy radiation, even it emits also radiation with higher frequency. Okay, so that is why slowly the red color changes to yellow color, because energy of the radiation increases. Okay, so this is the simple example we will observe in our day-to-day life. Okay, now, so from this example we came to know that when any substance is heated, definitely it absorbs radiation as well as it emits the radiation. Okay, that is what we observed from this example. Okay, now there is a particular substances which emits all types of radiation, even they absorbs all types of radiation. Okay, the substances which absorbs any type of radiation as well as which emits means releases, which emits any type of radiation are all types of radiation. All types in the sense the radiation with the different frequencies. Okay, so such type of body is known as black body. Okay, and the radiation released from that body is known as black body radiation. Okay, now coming to the definition wise, now a black body can be defined as, so simple words, if we want to say what is meant by black body, a black body is nothing but a black body can be defined simply as a black body is a perfect absorber and perfect emitter of radiation. Okay, so in this definition, so why I am telling it as a perfect absorber and a perfect emitter means, perfect in the sense it absorbs all types of radiations as well as it emits all types of radiation. Okay, so a black body is defined as a perfect absorber and a perfect emitter. Okay, so such type of substance is generally called as a black body. And the radiation means whatever the radiation is absorbed or emitted from the black body, those radiation are known as the radiation emitted or absorbed from the black body, such radiation are known as black body radiation. Okay, black body radiation. I think you got idea about what is meant by black body. Simply a black body is nothing but is a perfect absorber and emitter of the radiation. Nothing but it absorbs all types of radiation of different frequencies as well as emits the radiation of different frequencies. Okay, the radiation absorbed or emitted from the black body is known as black body radiation. Okay, that is about black body. And we know when any body is emitting or absorbing the radiation, we know that they are not continuous emission, that the energy absorbed or emitted will be happens in a small energy packets, means in a discontinuous manner. That was explained successfully by Max Planck. Those energy packets were named as quanta. That's what we discussed already in the last class. Okay, in Planck's quantum theory we discussed the same thing. Now coming to the second application. The second application is a very important and applicative one. So for competitive exams it will be very useful and very easy concept and very important also. So now coming to that second one, a very important one, photoelectric effect. Okay, the very important concept this one, because for competitive examinations many times they ask questions from this photoelectric effect. Okay, so before discussing about this photoelectric effect, first let us see this photoelectric effect was first observed by Hertz. This is the name of the scientist who observed the photoelectric effect. Practically is Hertz. But this photoelectric effect was successfully explained by the scientist, a well-known scientist for us, Einstein. Okay, so remember this one. Photoelectric effect was successfully explained by Einstein. Okay. Now coming to the photoelectric effect. Definition wise, it is simple thing. Let us see simply what is meant by photoelectric effect. So from the name it is clear, photo, nothing but light. Okay. According to this one, when any light falls on the metal surface, for example, let it be, this is our metal surface. The surface of the metal, simply I have drawn like this. Now, on this metal surface, a light radiation of a particular energy or frequency, when it is irradiated on the surface of the metal, we know light is nothing but a source of energy, because we discussed E is equals to h mu, so frequency directly proportions to energy. So every light is associated with some amount of energy. So because of that energy falls on the metal surface, the electrons present in the metals, the outermost electrons of these metals, will be gets removed from the metal, because we know ionization potential means when sufficient energy is applied to the metal, electrons will be removed. We can remove the electron from any of the atom. But why particularly we are telling about metals? Because metals have very low ionization potential. Because the tendency of the metals is they can release the electrons very easily. Okay? And you may know out of those metals also which metals releases electrons easily. Okay? Generally in the periodic table you know about first A group metals. Okay, like potassium, cesium, rubidium, those metals will have very high electropositive nature. Nothing but they will have very low ionization potential. Means when their tendency is they releases electrons very easy. So very less amount of energy is sufficient from the light is enough to remove the electron. Okay. So because of this energy supplied to the metal surface, from the metal surface, the electrons will be gets ejected. Okay, means they will be removed. So when they are removed, they will be travels with some amount of kinetic energy. Okay, because any moving particle will have some velocity. So now observe the photoelectric effect overall. Okay, when a light radiation is falls on the metal surface, the electrons will be ejected from the metal surface with some kinetic energy. Okay, observe. I think you understand this photoelectric effect. Definition wise, I will give it separately. Okay, so photoelectric effect can be defined as from the statement, you can write clearly. So the statement of photoelectric effect. When a light radiation is incident on metal surface, when a light radiation is incident on metal surface, I told you what type of metals. Generally the metals which has more tendency to release the electrons will show this photoelectric effect. So mainly first A group metals, and in that also mainly cesium, because cesium is highest electropositive element in the periodic table. Okay, so this cesium will show the photoelectric effect very easily. Cesium, potassium, rubidium. So these metals, not only these three, the other metals also will radiate electrons. Okay. See, when a light radiation is incident on the metal surface, Then what we observed, the electrons from the metal surface, then the electrons are ejected. Electrons are ejected from the metal surface. The electrons are ejected from the metal surface with some kinetic energy, nothing but with some velocity. When velocity is there, definitely so they will have some kinetic energy with some kinetic energy. Okay, this is the statement for photoelectric effect. Okay, so photoelectric effect is nothing but when a light radiation is incident on the metal surface, then electrons are ejected from the metal surface. Ejected means they are removed, and after removing from the surface, they will be traveled with some kinetic energy. Okay, so that is known as a photoelectric effect. Okay, simply for example, to understand this photoelectric effect, let it be, I kept a stone on the surface. Okay, to change its position from the surface or to remove that stone from the surface, let it be, I want 10 calories of energy. So if we supply 10 calories of energy, the stone will be removed from the surface. Okay, instead of 10 calories, for example, if I supplied 30 calories of energy to the stone, then what happens, Amma? Understand the concept or not? To remove the stone from the surface, or let it be this chalk piece, to remove it from the surface, just we need to supply 10 calories of energy. Okay, instead of 10 calories of energy, if I supplied 30 calories of energy, then how much energy extra I have supplied? 20 calories extra is supplied. Okay, because out of 30, 10 is enough to remove from the surface. The extra 20 calories of energy, whatever I supplied, will be what happens? This chalk piece to remove from the surface, 10 is enough. The extra 20 will be transferred as a kinetic energy. Okay, this will be removed from the hand and moves with some velocity. Okay, that is what photoelectric effect. So whatever the light falling on the metal surface, the energy of that light will be equals to sum of two things: the energy required to remove the electron from the metal surface plus whatever the extra energy is there, that will be converted to kinetic energy. Okay, so let us discuss this photoelectric effect, the mathematical equation given by Einstein. Now, let us see the mathematical relation. Let it be, this is the energy of light radiation for understanding purpose. Okay, E is the energy of light falls on the body. What I told you, this energy, when we supplied, what happens? Some amount of energy will be removed, utilized by the metal to remove the electron. Okay, electron is removed. Then whatever the extra energy supplied than this, that will be converted to kinetic energy. Okay, this is what photoelectric effect. It is not a new thing related to chemistry or some other subject wise, you leave it. Simply we know practically, when we supply some energy, that energy will be utilized by the metal first to remove the electron, and whatever the extra energy we supplied than this value will be converted to kinetic energy. Okay, so if we supplied 30 calories, so 10 is utilized to remove the electron, remaining 20 is converted to kinetic energy of the electron. Okay, so for example 10 required to remove electron, so you also supplied 10 calories only, then what happens? The electron will be just removed from the surface. It don't travel with the velocity, because velocity will be remain zero. So kinetic energy also remains zero. Okay. Now in this equation we need to know what is E naught. Kinetic energy we know. So what is E? What is E naught? E is the energy of incident radiation. So where E is energy of incident radiation or incident light. Okay, where E naught is nothing but, this is known as threshold energy. So how can we define threshold energy? Means it is the minimum amount of energy required to remove the electron. Okay, at last I will give the definition for that. Threshold energy means the minimum energy required to remove the electron. Okay, so where Ke means kinetic, where Ke means kinetic energy. We know kinetic energy formula. K is equals to half mv square. We know about that one. Kinetic energy is equals to half mv square. Generally in physics regularly use this formula. Mass into velocity square. Okay. Now I am going to apply Planck's quantum theory to this one. Okay. The above equation, for our convenience I am going to write it as kinetic energy is equals to, what happens this term when it comes this side, E minus E naught. In Planck's quantum theory we learnt E is equals to h mu. So the above equation we can write as E is equals to h mu minus h mu naught, where h means what? We already discussed. Where h means Planck's quantum constant, where mu means frequency. So here mu means frequency of incident light, where mu naught means, previously E naught we named as threshold energy. So here mu naught we name it as threshold frequency. So what is meant by threshold frequency? Threshold energy means what? The minimum amount of energy required to remove the electron. Here threshold frequency means the minimum frequency of light radiation required to remove the electron. Okay? Then E is energy, here mu is frequency. H anyway we know Planck's constant. Now from the two terms I am going to bring H common. So the above formula I am going to write it as a kinetic energy is equals to H into mu minus mu naught. So this is the formula we are going to use to solve the questions mainly. Okay? Based on photoelectric effect, mainly we are going to use this formula to solve the questions. Okay? Note down all these. Now, if instead of frequency in the examination, if they give wavelength, okay, Instead of frequency, if they give wavelength, then how to solve the question. Okay. What is the relation between frequency and the wavelength? In last class even we solved many numericals. Okay. We know mu, frequency is equals to C by lambda. Okay. Now let us substitute that frequency here. Okay. Now the above equation will become what? Kinetic energy is equals to H. Actually it is what? H nu. So nu means C by lambda. Okay. So let us write first C by lambda minus C by lambda naught. Somebody may think, sir, C also you can write as a C naught. So here H and C, these are constant values. C means what? Velocity of light. Its value is constant. How much it is? 3 into 10 to the power 8 meters per second. That value is constant. So when it is constant, I am bringing it common. So the above formula, I am going to write it as kinetic energy is equals to Hc. H already constant. So Hc into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught. So when they give data in terms of frequency, then we use this formula. Kinetic energy is equals to H into mu minus mu naught. This is when we are going to use when they ask the question in terms of frequency. Okay. So if the data they given in terms of wavelength, then we know it is not a new formula. We know nu is nothing but C by lambda. So the above formula we can write it as Hc into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught. Okay. This is not new formula. This is only our formula we have related to photoelectric effect. For our convenience, we substituted nu is equals to C by lambda. Then we got this formula. Okay. So in the given final one, what is meant by lambda and what is meant by lambda naught? Where lambda is nothing but what? Wavelength. So it is the wavelength of incident light radiation. Okay? Light, nothing but photon. Now tell me what is meant by lambda naught. E naught means what we are saying? Threshold energy. Mu naught means threshold frequency. Now what is meant by lambda naught? It is known as threshold wavelength. Okay? Got it? So your kinetic energy is equals to H into mu minus mu naught. Or in terms of wavelength, kinetic energy is equals to Hc into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught. So this is the mathematical form of photoelectric effect. Okay? Now, based on this, two important points we are going to discuss. Because in recent years, many times some theory questions also they asked based on this. So I will give that two points which are very useful for competitive examinations. Then we will solve one or two examples, numericals based on this formula. Okay? So first note down the theory points. So after copying, once observe the formula for photoelectric effect. We got a formula that kinetic energy is equals to H into mu minus mu naught. So from this equation, if I ask the relation between kinetic energy of ejected electron and the frequency of incident light. Okay. What do you say? You will say directly proportional or indirectly proportional? Mathematically, see, kinetic energy and mu both are in the numerator, and this is plus mu. So from this we can say kinetic energy directly proportional to frequency of incident light. Or in the last example, practically also we know, when we supply more amount of energy, the ejected electrons travels with more kinetic energy. It is simple logic, because frequency directly proportions to energy. Okay, so that is why more the frequency of incident light, more will be the kinetic energy of ejected electrons. Okay. Now, so I am going to write the same statement. So you also note down in the notes as note. So very important for competitive exams. The first point, what we observed here, the kinetic energy of ejected electrons. Ejected electrons. I think you understood this word. Ejected electrons means the electrons which are removed from the metal surface and which are traveling with some kinetic energy. So the kinetic energy of these ejected electrons is directly proportional to okay, the kinetic energy of ejected electrons is directly proportional to frequency of incident light. Okay, when the light radiation of high frequency, when it is incident on metal surface, then electrons will be ejected from metal surface with high velocity. Okay, they travels more distance. If you supply light less amount of energy, nothing but if the light of low frequency is incident on metal surface, then the ejected electrons travels with low velocity. Okay, and one more important point is the intensity of, here in the previous statement it is related to frequency of incident light. Now I am going to explain about the intensity of incident light. The intensity of incident light is directly proportional to, okay, frequency of light is directly proportional to kinetic energy of ejected electrons. But coming to the intensity of the light is directly proportional to number of electrons ejected. Proportional to number of electrons ejected. Okay, so these are the two typical statements. So that is why these, based on these two statements, they asked many questions in the recent years also. Okay, I am telling it as difficult, typical. See, here frequency of the light is directly proportional to kinetic energy, but intensity of light is directly proportional to number of electrons. If intensity of light is more, so more number of electrons will be ejected. If frequency of light is more, the electrons will be ejected with more velocity. Okay, I hope you understand this photoelectric effect topic. Once note down clearly and remember the formula. So based on this formula, we will start one or two model questions, numericals, in the next class. Okay, thank you.